and welcome to Storytime. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Sara.
And we're very excited to be here with you today to tell you some stories. Now, we're sure that you're practicing your early literacy skills at home, but we just wanted to check in with you because we've missed seeing you here at the library.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for being here with us today. And let's see if you're ready for a story. It's been a while. Do you think you are? We're going to do If You're Ready for a Story. Let's see if you remember it. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, check your hands and check your feet. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. Now let's try stomping our feet if we're ready. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. Stomp, stomp. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. Stomp, stomp. If you're ready for a story, check your hands and check your feet. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. Stomp, stomp. And now we're going to take a seat if we're ready. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. If you're ready for a story, check your hands and check your feet. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Good job. Well, I think we're ready for our story now.
I think so.
And before we get started with our stories, we're going to do one more little song just to get settled in. So can you guys open your hands up big for me? Show me your hands. And then you're going to close your hands and open them up again. We're going to sing a song about that. Open them, shut them, open them, shut them, walk them to your toes. Can you get your hands all the way down to your toes and give them a tap? Very good. Okay, bring your hands up and open them up big again. Open them, shut them, open them, shut them, walk them to your nose. Did you find your nose? It's on your face. Good. Okay, open those hands up. Open them, shut them, open them, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. And one more time, open them up big. Open them, shut them, open them, shut them. Put them in your lap, lap, lap. I think we're ready for our story now, Sara.
So our story today is The Gunny Wolf. Does anyone know what a gunny wolf is? A gunny wolf is like a regular wolf, but even bigger and scarier. So this is our gunny wolf. And in the story, I want you to help the gunny wolf growl. So whenever I say gunny wolf, then you'll growl with the gunny wolf. Should we practice that? And then the gunny wolf, roar! Okay, that was pretty good. I think you can be even louder when we get started with the story. So, once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived with her mother in a little house with a little yard that was at the edge of the deep, dark forest. And the little girl's mother was always telling her, never ever go into the deep, dark forest, because if you do, the gunny wolf, roar, will get you. And the little girl always promised that she would never ever go into the deep, dark forest. Well, one day, the little girl's mother had to go into town and leave the little girl home alone. She didn't want to do it, but she had no choice. So, before she left, she said again, never ever go into the deep, dark forest, because if you do, the gunny wolf, roar, will get you. And again, the little girl promised her mother that she would never, ever go into the deep, dark forest. So, the little girl's mother left, and the little girl was home alone, and it was a beautiful sunny day out. So the little girl went out into the yard to play. And as she was playing in the yard, she saw, just at the edge of the deep, dark forest, the most beautiful red flowers she had ever seen. Oh, they were so beautiful. She just had to pick some for her mother. And they weren't in the deep, dark forest, right? They were just at the edge. So the little girl walked over to those beautiful red flowers, and as she picked them, she sang, "Kumra kira, kumra kira." Can you help the little girl pick flowers? Kumra kira, kumra kira. Very good. And just as she had finished picking those beautiful red flowers, she saw, just inside the deep dark forest, the prettiest yellow flowers she had ever seen. They were so lovely. They were even prettier than the red flowers, and she just knew she had to pick some for her mother. So the little girl walked into the deep dark forest, and as she picked those yellow flowers, she sang, "Kumra kira, kumra kira, kumra kira." And just as she had finished picking those beautiful yellow flowers, she saw even further into the deep dark forest the prettiest blue flowers she had ever seen. Oh, they were so lovely and beautiful. She just had to pick some for her mother. So the little girl walked even further into the deep dark forest to pick the beautiful blue flowers. And as she picked them, she sang, "Kumra kira, kumra kira, kumra kira." And just as she had finished picking those beautiful blue flowers, up sprang the Gunny Wolf. "Roar!" And he said, "Little girl, you better sing that good sweet song again, or I will gobble you up." And oh, the little girl was so scared, but she knew she had to sing the song. So she sang, "Kumra kira, kumra kira, kumra kira." And as she sang, he started to fall asleep. So the little girl ran away as fast as she could. Pitter-pat, 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 pitter-pat. But then up sprang the Gunny Wolf. "Roar!" And he ran after her. Hanker-cha, 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 hanker-cha. And he caught her, and he said, "Little girl, why'd you move?" And she said, "Oh, I didn't move." And he said, "Well, you better sing that good sweet song again, or I will gobble you up." And again, the little girl was so scared, but she knew she had to sing the song. So she sang, "Kumra kira, kumra kira, kumra kira." And as she sang, he started to fall asleep. So the little girl ran away as fast as she could. Pitter-pat, 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 pitter-pat. But then up sprang the Gunny Wolf. "Roar!" And he ran after her. Hanker-cha, 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 hanker-cha. And he caught her, and he said, "Little girl, why'd you move?" And she said, "Oh, I didn't move." And he said, "Well, you better sing that good sweet song again, or I will gobble you up." And again, the little girl was so scared, but she knew she had to sing the song. So she sang, "Kumra kira, kumra kira, kumra kira." And this time she sang an extra long time to make sure he was good and fast asleep. "Kumra kira, kumra kira, kumra kira." And then the little girl ran away as fast as she could. Pitter-pat, 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 pitter-pat. She ran past the blue flowers. Pitter-pat, 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 pitter-pat. She ran past the yellow flowers. Pitter-pat, 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 pitter-pat. She ran past the red flowers. Pitter-pat, 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 pitter-pat. She ran through the yard. Pitter-pat, 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 pitter-pat. She ran into the little house, and she slammed the door shut, and she was safe. Whew. And you can bet that that little girl never ever went into the deep dark forest again. The end. Now, we did a lot of growling in the story. Good job. Thank you for doing that. And what other sound does a wolf make? Howling. That's right. And what do they usually howl at? The moon. Okay, so in the story, the Gunny Wolf growled, and you did a great job growling with the Gunny Wolf. What's another sound that a wolf makes?
Ow, 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 ow.
Howling, that's right. And what do wolves howl at? The moon.
Hey, I know somebody that lives on the moon. His name is Aiken, and here he is living on the moon. And a really cool thing about Aiken is that he is a musician. And his favorite instrument is a big spoon. And I've got one here. Does anyone know what this big spoon is called? It's a ladle. And Aiken likes to use his ladle like you would a guitar. So he holds it like this, and he strums it just like a guitar. So you can do that at home. And the really cool thing about Aiken is that he is made out of all different kinds of foods, especially vegetables. So while we're singing this song, you can think of some vegetables that we can put on Aiken body. Let's give it a try.
There was a man lived on the moon, on the moon. There was a man lived on the moon, and his name was Aiken. And he played upon a ladle, ladle, ladle. Played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken.
Now Aiken had some pretty cool hair. Do you see his yellow hair? That's spaghetti. He had spaghetti hair. And his hair was made of spaghetti, spaghetti, spaghetti.
His hair was made of spaghetti, and his name was Aiken.
And to go with that spaghetti hair, guess what his eyes were made out of? They're made out of meatballs. And his eyes were made of meatballs, meatballs, meatballs.
His eyes were made of meatballs, and his name was Aiken. And he played upon a ladle, ladle, ladle. Played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken.
Now, were you thinking of some vegetables? So what do you think Aiken nose should be made out of? What vegetable should be his nose? How about a carrot nose? I'll draw it for us. Ooh, there it is. Orange carrot nose. Oh, he looks very handsome with that nose. And his nose is made of a carrot, a carrot, a carrot.
His nose is made of a carrot, and his name was Aiken.
Now, what about his mouth? What vegetable should his mouth be made out of? What do you think, Sarah? How about a green bean mouth?
Ooh, sounds good.
There we go. A nice, big green bean mouth. Oh, that's a beautiful smile for him. And his mouth is made of a green, 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 green.
His mouth was made of a green bean, and his name was Aiken. And he played upon a ladle, ladle, ladle. Played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken.
Now, Aiken could use some feet. What vegetable do you think his feet are? Maybe a big vegetable. How about an eggplant? Should he have eggplant feet? Here we go. There we go. Nice big eggplant feet. Wonderful. Those look like shoes. And his feet were made of eggplants, eggplants, eggplants.
His feet were made of eggplants, and his name was Aiken.
Now he needs some hands. What do you think his hands should be made out of? Let's try a red vegetable. Let's think. Maybe a tomato? Oh, he's got tomato hands. There they are. Nice ripe tomatoes. Oh, those are some good hands.
And his
hands were made of tomatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes. His hands were made of tomatoes, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, ladle, ladle. Played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum.
very good.
Very good indeed. Okay, so we talked about vegetables, and I found these earlier. Do these look like vegetables to you?
Maybe a potato?
You think they're eggs? I
it's
think
an
they're
egg.
right. They're shaky eggs. We're gonna do a little song with our shaky eggs. And if you don't have a shaky egg at home, if you have a little Tupperware container, you could put some dry beans in there, popcorn kernels, or just use like an unopened box of pasta or something, or just use your hands. That'll be fine. And we're gonna get our shaky eggs ready, okay?
And our song is called We're Going to Kentucky.
Right, okay. We're going to Kentucky, we're going to the fair to see the señoritas with flowers in their hair. So shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it up and down. Shake it like a milkshake and shake it like a clown. Now shake it to the bottom and shake it to the top. And turn around and turn around and turn around and stop. Oh, very good.
Yes.
Do you think we should try it a little faster?
Yeah.
I think we can do that.
Okay, let's try it, Sarah.
Okay. We're going to Kentucky, we're going to the fair to see the señoritas with flowers in their hair. So shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it up and down. Shake it like a milkshake and shake it like a clown. Now shake it to the bottom and shake it to the top. And turn around and turn around and turn around and stop, stop. Very good.
Yes.
Now, should we try it really, really fast?
We
Do you
can
think
try.
you
I
can
got
do
a little
it?
dizzy with that one.
Okay, be careful. All right, really
Yep.
fast. We're going to Kentucky, we're going to the fair to see the señoritas with flowers in their hair. So shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it up and down. Shake it like a milkshake and shake it like a clown. Now shake it to the bottom and shake it to the top. And turn around and turn around and turn around and stop, stop. Okay,
Very good.
good job.
Well, thank you for being here with us today. And at the end of our story times at the library, we like to do something called Jack in the Box. And it's my favorite part of story time, and I think it's sometimes your favorite time too. So we're gonna do that here if you know how to do it. We're gonna get down on the floor. This is when we get tucked into our boxes and we get nice and quiet. So tuck all the way in and be as quiet as you can be. And I say, down in the Jack in the Box, all quiet and still. Will you come out?
Yes, I will.
Good job, you guys. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And make sure you keep an eye on the library's Facebook page and website for more upcoming online story times. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi everybody, I am Sara W and I am a reference librarian here at Fargo Public Library. I also do some teen programming and I am a lover of YA books, and I wanted to share 3 of my favorites with you today. The first one is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and this is actually part of a trilogy. So the last book, The Queen of Nothing, just came out a few months ago and it won the Goodreads Award for Best YA Fantasy Fiction. But in The Cruel Prince, it starts out with 3 sisters. One of them is a fairy/mortal, and the 2 other sisters who are also twins are mortals. And they live in the mortal world with their mother, who's also a mortal, and their stepfather. So the father, who's actually a fairy, comes to the mortal world to seek revenge on the mother, and it just starts a whole thing of chaos with everybody. It comes like a family betrayal, family drama, and the sisters are really trying to find themselves as well. It involves cannibalistic fairies, it involves kings, queens, princesses, people being turned into animals. So I would recommend this book for anybody who is liking fantasy fiction, but also likes the suspense and romance of YA novels. The next book that I have here is I Am the Messenger, and that's by Marcus Zuzak, and you might know him better from The Book Thief, but this book is actually my favorite of his books, and it starts off with a character who is an underage cab driver, and he's just really not making anything in life, and he's really not trying to make himself better in life, but he ends up getting a package in the mail with a deck of cards. And you can't really figure out why he got that in the mail, but then he ends up being part of a robbery gone bad, and the robbers threaten him. So when he gets back, he reads the package that he got sent, and it leads him on this quest to help others. So he must help others until he gets through the whole deck of cards. So this to me was kind of a little bit more of an uplifting book, and just really added like an element of suspense to it, but also gave the readers hope. The third book I wanted to talk about was Hope and Other Punchlines by Julie Buxom. This book is about 9/11, and for a lot of you, you probably don't remember 9/11, but I do. I remember where I was at the time that the planes hit the Twin Towers. So this really brings out some of the things that happened with families during that time. And the two main characters, Abby and Noah, were babies during 9/11. In fact, Abby was in a picture and she was classified as like the 9/11 baby. So she's dealing with that, but also dealing with the loss of a immediate family member who died in 9/11. And when she meets Noah at summer camp, he's also dealing with some of his own loss. And the two kind of have this love-hate relationship, sort of, and they're really trying to find each other. And Noah wants to know more about Abby, but Abby doesn't really want to tell anybody. And the kicker in all of this is that Abby's also sick, and she doesn't want to let her family know. So there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of romance, and there's a lot of suspense in this novel as well.